Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for Scorpio gang? In early August, it is Leo season, a lovely time of year. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang in early August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's have ourselves some fun, my friends. What do we got? There we go. Nice and quick. Cool. All right. So this high priestess-esque type of energy, it's a little mysterious. I like it. This is definitely Scorpio vibes, even though it's not technically a Scorpio card. I think it's good in a Scorpio reading. That's my personal opinion. Maybe I'm biased. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this intriguing image we got over here. So I did mention that it's similar to the High Priestess to me. Now, this isn't a tarot deck, it is an oracle, so it's not strictly the High Priestess, but she does hold a lot of similar archetypes, right? So we see this older divine feminine figure. She has a crystal ball with a key in it. There's a lockbox right next to her, which does imply that she has the secret code, so to speak, or she has the key to the knowledge. She has the key to what's hidden. So when I see this, I think, just like the High Priestess, very intuitive. It's huge when it comes to intuition, spirituality, your gut instinct. And Scorpio gang is known for having a very good instinct, sharp instinct, and you're good at reading subtle energies. And that's exactly what this card does. Now, the only downside to this energy is that it's shrouded, it's secretive, it's hush hush, quiet, unexpected, surprising, all that good stuff. So in this time, I'm not saying there's something you're not seeing, I'm not saying there's something you're not feeling, but I think it could be very important to just trust that gut intuition, right? Like when you think about something, when you feel it, what first pops into your mind, that's how this shows up to me. So I like it for its wisdom, I love it for its spiritual practice. But it could also just be very quiet, very hush hush. So we're just going to let her chill out right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled An Explosive Warning. Now there is a bonus to that, because I always say that for Scorpios, they usually do well with fiery type of energy, and it was all over the place last week, which again doesn't have to be like the worst thing, but to me, I saw energy intensifying rapidly. So whether it was a conversation, a situation, temper, anger, to me it was just like very volatile. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, so watch out for that. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang. What's the energetic weather report this week, my good friends? What do we got coming in? Okay. Ace of Wands. Yeah, the fiery type of energy is still in the mix. It's okay. I'm not disliking it. I actually think it could be good. That's an energy that really starts off with a bang. But let's get a couple more. Could we be looking at communication this week? Could we be looking at communication this week? We sure can. So the fire-air combination is still in the mix. So we have the 2 of Swords right there in the center. And along with the 2 of Swords, we have the 6 of Wands. So these energies, they kind of feed off of each other. And these energies also are opposites, and I'll explain it. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about what I'm seeing here. It's a very similar energetic theme. We have a lot of fire and a little bit of air. And you know me, I always say when you combine the fire and the air, that only intensifies things even more. So we're still riding that similar wave, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. Now, when it comes to fire, that's the realm of action. So whether it's the actions you take, the actions you want to take, the actions other people take, it's actual movement. Um, it could represent energy levels, health, wellness, vitality. Usually it's high vibrational frequency, so I like fire for that. And again, Scorpio placements are usually pretty good with navigating fire. Other water signs, it's a little iffy. It depends on the day. Scorpio can work with it. Now, the downside to the fire is the unpredictable nature, the explosive nature. It's hard to contain. You don't quite know which way it's going to go. Then in the center, we have the air. That's about facts. It's about logic. It's about knowledge. It's about how we process information, our views, our perception, which is huge in any situation. Aside from planning and it being about the facts, air is all about giving or receiving information. So whether you have a certain curiosity in your mind, whether there's a piece of information you're going to dive down the rabbit hole to get, that's this air energy. It is the suit of communication as well. Now, the only downside to this card is that sometimes it could be cold, sometimes it could be a little clinical, and it could also represent overthinking, right? So, again, with all this stuff combined, I think we got an intriguing one on our hands, my friends. Like, because again, we have like this energy that pops in, comes in hot, very hidden, very secretive, boom. Then this energy is wide out in the open. So, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about it. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, Ace of Wands. As I mentioned, we start with a bang, right? And I love all aces. I always say they represent offers, opportunities, and open doors. Beautiful. So that's a great way to start, especially the Ace of Wands, which obviously presents in a much more fired up way than the other aces within the deck. Again, this could deal with literal energy levels or health and wellness. So that's just something to keep an eye on, your own vitality. But I like the Ace of Wands. I think it's good. And the reason I like it in a Scorpio reading is I always say it's like a mini tower, right? And the tower is a Scorpio card. So you see what I mean? Like Scorpio is co-ruled by Mars. So I don't know. I feel like the energy can work well. But again, it could just be a conversation, a communication, an offer of some kind. But I just like the upbeat energy that I'm picking up off of this ace. Now, what might be the downside? As mentioned, it is a mini tower, right? So there is like this little shock energy that comes along with it that we want to look into further. And the Ace of Wands could get amped up, right? It's an energy that can get real hot real quick. Um, it also deals with the libido, so I'm going to keep it PG here. But the Ace of Wands is a phallic symbol. So there could be someone that's a little wound up. It's all good, right? Moving to the center, we have the Two of Swords. So this is where the fire air start to mix. Now we see this person, they're blindfolded, hoodwinked. They're on a beach. It's nighttime. We have the moon. There's a lot of symbols here of the unknown. And I'd say in the tarot deck, this is probably the second biggest card of mystery, the unknown, the unexpected, whenever I see it. Now, in its classical sense, it could represent indecision. It could represent confusion, not knowing which way to go. But to me, it just, if I throw a blanket statement out there, to me, it's just something that's not on our radar. Very similar to the Seven of Swords, something we're not quite seeing. So there is a mystery here. In its roughest sense, aside from the confusion, this card can represent the secrecy, which I think I saw like 2 weeks ago. There was like this secretive type of energy. So we're just going to put it down here and see. Because the combination of the two, like the Ace of Wands into the Two of Swords, is like an energy that just, boom, it pops in out of nowhere. It's like, boom, where did you come from? And then here on the back end, the energy's in full view with the Six of Wands. Now, I love the Six of Wands. To me, this is a card of complete and total victory. Right? We see this person, they're in a parade, they're getting all this attention, they have their laurels, they're being celebrated. So yes, complete and total victory. But this card does also represent attention. This is an energy that's out in the limelight. So whether you're receiving more attention than you normally are, maybe you're wanting a little recognition for the things that you do, a job well done, all that good stuff. It doesn't always just have to be like big grandiose things. It could be minor, just feeling appreciated could be super important when this card shows up. So I like it. But again, it is wide out in the open, right? Like we have this energy that's really secretive, really hidden. Then the Six of Wands is like, boom. So this energy could be like a revelation of some sort. That could be very possible. I think it's good. I hope it's good. It's a confident energy. It's pretty nice in that way. But the only downside to the Six of Wands is that there is a big difference, or there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness, right? So if you're dealing with anyone that's a bit of an egomaniac, or if you're dealing with someone that has a very heightened ego, that's something to watch out for in this time, because that's the downside of this card. Either it wants too much attention or it's an egomaniac. So I want to dive deeper in all of it, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ace of Wands. We got an intriguing one on our hands today, my friends. I mean, they always are. Oh, and yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio Gang, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is this Ace of Wands here? Good. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this energy seems to be coming in hot, right? We got the Queen of Wands, big fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I like her. She's all about self-confidence. So yeah, there is this interesting energy in the undertone, like with the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands. It's like there's something about it that's grandiose, or there's just something about it that is like extremely confident. And I think that's a good thing, right? Like I'm a big believer in, self improvement, how you view yourself. The world reflects that back to you. And this is like bold and confident. It's like I'm walking with my chin up and my head held high. Now that could be really great for some of you. But at the same time, if you are dealing with somebody there where their ego gets damaged easily, or if you're dealing with someone where it's like, I don't know what I'm talking, I don't know, like there's a lot of this energy surrounding attention as well, because that's another thing with the Queen of Wands. Beautiful, confident, sexy type of energy, very magnetic. She pulls things to it. Again, this combination of energy where it's just like right out there in the open, or will be. So I really want to see what comes up when we get to the back end. Could this be a talk or conversation? Sure. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not going to be. But to me, with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands, it's like this energy just comes in hot and heavy. Like this energy, it's there. It's not there, then it's there. Full go, full blast. So watch out for the things, the situations intensifying quickly, because that energy from last week is still here. We're going to keep moving. Let's see what's up with the Two of Swords. So we're going to put that beautiful Queen of Wands down right there. Let's see what's up. This is really going to tie it together, because I'm still very skeptical, and for some Scorpios that might just be an energy you're holding in this time too, where it's like, yeah, that looks good, but I don't know. Yeah, let's see what's up with the Two of Swords. Okay. Yeah, more fire. Okay, so we have Temperance in reverse. Okay. Super, super important to follow your intuition regardless of the situation in this time. Now, Temperance, Sagittarius, Archangel Michael, I always say it's great for spiritual protection, uh, because it has Archangel Michael on it, literally. So even with the Two of Swords and that in reverse, it's like, okay, I'm protected. I'm being watched over. I'm trusting that everything is going in my favor. I'm trusting that things are turning out in my benefit, even if they don't look like it is. I don't know why that's coming up here, where it's like, all right, things might look like they're not going right, but they are. Like they are going to work for me. There's something here about trusting, which I think is pretty cool. But Temperance in reverse underneath the Two of Swords is like, do I have the patience for this? Right? So I'm hoping that like by the time we get to the back end, this does develop into a win. But the Two of Swords with Temperance in reverse, it's like I don't have time for bullshit. Pardon my language. I don't have time for BS or games. So for some Scorpios, if I put all that other stuff aside, you might be in a very cut and dry, no games, game over, no nonsense, no BS mindset. That's how this feels. Where it's like, okay, well, if you're not going to be clear about it, then whatever. Like, all right, be clear, come correct, or don't come at all. Like, so this energy doesn't feel like it's messing around or playing games. We're going to keep going, because now I feel like I'm falling down a whole nother rabbit hole. Let's see what's up with the Six of Wands. And listen, again, as a Scorpio gang member, I know that we all have a limited tolerance to certain things and behaviors. I know that, but it might be even more limited than usual, right? This is definitely like, I'm not messing around. I'm not going to play the game. I'm not playing any game. Let's keep moving over to the Six of Wands, though. Maybe we're still going to get a good result. Maybe we're still going to get a good result. is that whole message in the center, the one about trusting and believing, and then that whole thing. All right. I mean, this energy like fully presents itself. Hopefully, it's not one of those frustrating things that when you get to a point where you're like, I don't care anymore, that's when the energy comes in. That's what I'm hoping isn't the case here. So we have the Hermit in reverse underneath the Six of Wands, and it's like this energy just boom, full go. Like this energy's out there. Usually, the Hermit, Virgo energy, by the way, is retracted, pulled back, solitary, super hush hush quiet. It is another card of the mysterious, the unknown. So when it flips up in reverse, that's an energy that comes forward, the unknown becoming known. So we do have this powerful energy of revelations, realizations, things coming to the surface. But even going further from that, this could be a very good result. This could easily be like an unexpected win or a surprising win. The only reason I added that caveat is because the way the whole energy flows, it feels like, okay, well, once I stop playing the game, that's when I finally get what I wanted, right? Like it's just frustrating, right? But I think this could easily be like an unexpected, surprising winner victory. I think it's good. I think it's claimable. I just hope it's not too late. That's how the energy feels to me. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, a lot of different things this week, Scorpio. Our readings are usually layered anyway, right? But if we kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. Cool. This energy's hot and heavy. It's good. There's a magnetism. The energy is like, it's there. So I think it's great. It's confident, right? There's also this energy around confidence and trust that falls throughout this whole thing. This energy has its head held high. So if you've been feeling a little down lately, there's probably going to be a rebound where it's like, you know what? I feel good. I feel like I'm getting back to myself. I feel nice. It's like high vibrational. In the center, we have the Two of Swords with Temperance in reverse. I love the spiritual protection I was picking up there. Initially, I was getting this message about like trusting the journey or trusting the flow of energy, where it's like, you know what? I trust that everything's going my way. I trust that everything is working in my favor, even if it doesn't seem like it is. Those assumptions are super powerful. But then I also got this like I have a very limited capacity for BS in games. Like I'm not messing around, I'm not playing games anymore. I'll see you later. That's how that feels. On the back end, we have the Six of Wands with the Hermit in reverse, where again, that could be an unexpected or surprising winner victory popping up. That's shown up since Jump Street here. But it also gave me this energy where it's like, okay, well, once I don't want the thing, that's when the thing wants to come in. Where it's like when I give up on the energy, that's when it presents itself. It's like a little frustrating. So watch out for anything like that, whether it's work, business, you name it, because this energy, it does come in, it does pop up out of the blue, but we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. So some interesting stuff. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. What we got for Scorpio gang? And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's go. Quick, super quick. All right, so we have Discretion, aka Judgment. It's called Discretion in this deck. Now, Judgment is a Plutonian card. It does represent change, transformation. It is a highly karmic card. So for some Scorpios, this card can show up when Spirit's like, hey, you're on your path. I'm not saying that your path is going to diverge. It doesn't feel like every single one of you are at a make or break moment. But to me, it feels like, okay, you're on the path you need to be on at the moment. That's how this is feeling. It is also angelic. It has the Archangel Gabriel. So that's the communicator, the messenger of God. So when I see this in the shadows, spirit, the universe, whatever label we want to put on it, could be trying to give you signs, synchronicities, and omens when this shows up in the shadows. But I know out of all the signs, if anyone could see the signs, it would be Scorpio. So pay attention to those, especially when we start the reading off with the High Priestess and we end it with the Judgment card. This could also represent things popping back up too, so keep that in mind. And when we look at the shadow side, this can sometimes feel like we're trapped in a hamster wheel. So watch out for any things, situations, or behaviors where it feels like I'm trapped in a hamster wheel. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. So just watch out for that. We're going to put that down right there, my friends. And yeah, Scorpio, that's what I got for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.